Friends and family, thank you for joining me here at the American News Network with Chris Sanders, major news network on and Roku TV sets. What is going on with Venezuela? Why are we attacking it? What's the real story? And why did Benjamin Netanyahu just all of a sudden hit Qatar? Didn't they just give us a Air Force One gift to President Trump? So the truth is, this is all about oil, and we have an ally out there that is out of control. His name would be Benjamin Netanyahu. And when he hit Qatar, he killed a Qatar civilian. But then we want to use Qatar as an air base as we bomb Iran coming up. So we have plans that are coming up to bomb Iran. We had to beg Qatar that we're going to hold Israel back. At the same time, Puerto Rico and Washington Road has been activated from there to Vieques. We are moving troops in the Navy down into the Caribbean. Now, in my opinion, this is a strong, good move, period. But what is really going on here? Well, since in the 40s, 45, and then again in 73, our government had strategic alliances with the Saudis and with OPEC nations, and we agreed to buy and sell all oil and gas worldwide using the United States greenback, and we called that the Petrodollar. We dropped the gold standard. We said, instead of gold, it'll be black gold. And that'll give our dollar value. And then we kind of shipped all the gold out of Fort Knox, and we said, we don't need that. Don't tell anybody. And the petrodollar was established. And this alliance between Saudi Arabia, Texas oil fields, yes, we got along, we get along. We controlled the world in stability. And Jackwagon Joe turned it away. He ruined it with China. So who are the biggest enemies as far as this Texas oil man be concerned? I would say it would be China on one side, sucking us dry, getting ready to bomb us. You better watch out. While we're getting bled by Netanyahu, who's trying to pretend he's like on some religious spree. And if you're a Christian, come with me, even though I don't believe in anything you got to do. Newsflash, he's taking over TikTok, taking over X, and going after Christian radicals. I guess that would be me. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Well, I guess you too might be an enemy of Netanyahu as he destroys the petrodollar. And yeah, I ain't buying it, nor do I want to flow with it. And I just wanted you to know that we are going after Venezuela because of Netanyahu, because he's hitting Qatar, he's hitting Yemen, he's hitting OPEC, and he's making it to where Saudi Arabia can't even hold the cards to keep the peace. Turkey left NATO after the explosive pagers. I had to ask you, was the microphone on Charlie Kirk's neck an explosive pager, or was it a 50 caliber air gun behind him? There's a lot of questions we don't have, but they cemented the area he got hit. Then Robinson goes to a Dairy Queen, and then they buy it and they shut it down. And then we see surveillance of him on campus with the red T-shirt, and there's stuff that's not adding up. But what's adding up to me about the death of Charlie Kirk? No autopsy. Big money's behind the murder, and they're cleaning up the areas. The place he got shot, they cemented it. Places where Tyler Robinson was, some big company bought it. Now remember, there was a guy in a jet, and he said, "Oh, this is normal." Try not to believe too much is normal, because our petrodollar is collapsing. There are countries that are laughing. And so since 1973 and in 52 years, we have the death of the petrodollar. And really, it's a war between a couple of guys, in my opinion, a couple of dudes that suck. Well, Colonel, who sucks? Well, it'd be Xi Jinping and Benjamin Netanyahu. See, I don't have a problem with the people of China. I have a problem with the communistic dictator, and they got one. And it's sad that they have one. And our petrodollar is collapsing. And so we're starting a war, and there is now a $100 million bounty on Maduro and his 3 top generals. Because I guess that's what we do. And we're shaking the tree hoping that his own country will attack him so that we can go and ascertain the drilling rights to Venezuela and then kick off back into Suriname so that we can safeguard what you're seeing here behind me, which is the petrodollar. Pure and simple. And that's what this entire war is about. And I just wanted you to know that because a lot of us kind of wonder what's really going on. So there's been some interesting things that have happened and some things I want you to hear. I want you to give this a listen.
Talking about the woke right. He said, I call it the woke right. That's a brilliant observation. The woke right, because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're lunatic. But they're actually meeting on some of the things. And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. That is being challenged systematically. A lot of this is done with money. Money of NGOs, vast. Money of governments, vaster. Okay? We have to fight back. How do we fight back? Our influences. I think you should also talk to them if you have a chance. To that community. They're very important. And secondly, we're going to have to use the tools of battle. The weapons change over time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. Okay, and you can't fight with cavalry. That doesn't work very well. And you have these new things, like drones, things like that. I won't get into that. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefield in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. That's very good. And, so we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two things, we get a lot. And I could go on other things, but that's not the point right now. We have to fight the fight. Okay? Give direction to the Jewish people and give direction to our non-Jewish friends or those who could be our Jewish our friends. Are we going to succeed with everyone? No. Will there be a strong counterpoint? Yes.
Yeah.
During the 12-day war, such as it was with Iran, the U.S. and Israel versus Iran, bombing on all sides, there are a bunch of Israeli Defense Force officers in the Pentagon that week. And during that week, ask anyone who works at the Pentagon, they enraged American Pentagon staff by just barging into meetings, giving orders, making demands, and nobody did anything about it.
Well, that's not good. In fact, Tucker Carlson engaged in a lengthy monologue about the toxicity.
To Nicaragua, adding even more fuel to the fire, CNN has also begun reporting that according to multiple inside sources, the Trump administration is presently considering initiating military strikes against cartel targets within Venezuela itself, which could ostensibly mean strikes against Nicaragua or against the Venezuelan government itself.
Okay, so we have a war. We've been seeing some staging. As far as us going after boats with outboard motors on it, totally unbelievable. Those boats might have the range to hit Puerto Rico, that'd be about it. But we have Washington Road, Puerto Rico getting reactivated, Vieques surrounded. And as I said, we're going to have some pretty big guns that are going around there. And that is because we are getting to it. And it's all about oil. And it's because the cards in our deck were thrown away in every sort of direction except the direction they're supposed to go. And that's because Netanyahu's out of control. So there's a 48-hour spree, and Trump saying, where are the hostages? And for the people that believe that there's hostages, it's amazing that you would think that somehow they're living amongst the rubble that is there right now. It's pretty amazing. So we have some other interesting stuff going on right now. It involves Tomahawks everywhere.
Along with at least one nuclear-powered attack.
Let's see if I can get this going.
Venezuela, that all collectively carry a...
Well, that's if I can get it to go, and we're having some technical difficulties here, so let me see what I can get going on too. But we have the United States Air Force going around Venezuela right now as we speak. And Israel is planning something as well. It's not looking good for us in every single direction. And that's pretty much it. As far as the violations that are going on to the Constitution, I'm going to try to get into that. And also we need to consider a couple things that we're doing. And that is how we're looking at completely going after Russia. And Russia's got a lot of toys right now that we really don't want to mess with. And I'm going to talk about as far as the violations that we're doing right now. So the EU and NATO are done and finished, and we don't want to realize that. And originally, Trump was against Zelensky. Recently, there's a change of heart. Now we're going to give him Tomahawk missiles that can hit Moscow. They have a 1,500-mile range. Same time, simultaneously, we're giving Japan Tomahawk missiles and Taiwan, South Korea. So we're arming Russia to be hit with China on both sides, while we're also going to be hitting Maduro. Seems like the chess pieces are out here. Seems like we are about to go to war. And it's all because we violated the Constitution. You see, Congress, it says, shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. And for every dollar we give Israel, we support Judaism. And for every dollar we give Saudi, we support Islam. And it says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. So I ask you, why is our money being used to establish a religion that our founding fathers gave us as the first words when they realized that they had created a beautiful constitution, but they needed to perfect it? And the very first sentence of perfecting that was to establish that they should make no law respecting an establishment of religion. I would advise no money be spent, and I would also ask us, I'll ask you, what is the difference between Article 2, Section 4, violation for bribery, and lobbying? and allowing groups such as AIPAC to infiltrate our Congress to the point where we don't have a Congress, and we have the Israeli flag and the Ukrainian flag being flown in the halls of Congress, which violates the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible. Now, if I have a dual passport, then I am not one nation, and if I am flying another flag, is it not divided? And isn't that the opposite of indivisible? So we have a violation of the oath to our flag and our Constitution being exposed right in front of you and I. And we're here to accept it at the cost of our country. These are just things that I want you to see. And it goes on just all the time. We've got several different things that are going on. And I want you to know that we have certain heroes that are in the midst. Let's see if I can play one here, or if it'll happen. They want to give Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. I would rather it go to this little girl out there. I'm an oil man, and I think that all kids deserve to dream to keep their planet beautiful. And we've watched Greta Thunberg get on a soap stool to save the planet. But here she's sailing a boat to deliver food to the people of Palestine. So I think she's grown up to be a tremendous young lady, admirable, and country of Italy is responding, as is France, in support of Greta Thunberg and her flotilla as they try to give food to the people of Palestine. So our thoughts and prayers are with her as she tries to give food, and they were boarded by the Israeli military. And Giorgia Meloni here, this is the president, prime minister of Italy behind me. And the nations of Europe are now united in wanting this food to be delivered. And Meloni, she just says Italy urgently sends warships to secure the Gaza aid. And they just want to make sure that this food reaches its destination. So we're going to show you a couple little camera angles if we can here. But this is Greta Thunberg and the flotilla. And the Israeli Navy has attacked the Gaza aid flotilla and detained the activists. This is a camera mount on the fore. And it's interesting. So these are sailboats coming in just off the wind and loaded full of food. And for everybody that's trying to help out there, prayers to you. In all seriousness, just prayers to you. And that's really what we're looking at here. We have food trying to be delivered. We have literally our threats going on into Moscow. And for some reason, we have a new alliance with Zelensky. And in this alliance, we're poking the bear. So this could be a different 48 hours, a different 24 hours. Israel is under high alert. Iran has new toys from Russia and from China. And we have new types of MiGs in Venezuela ready to combat our F-35s in Venezuela. The chess pieces have been set. The petrodollar is declining. We are ramping up drill baby drill in Texas, and we're frothing at the bit to take back over Venezuela and Suriname for the United States of America. But I want you to know the reason is because Netanyahu has destroyed the petrodollar by dropping bombs on every OPEC nation that we've had an alliance with since 1945, and it's been rock solid since 1973. But we can't compete with his actions, and that is the reason why we're going after Venezuela today. My name's Chris Sanders. Please like, share, and subscribe. I just wanted you to be updated and aware on as to why Venezuela is on the target today. And really through Christ, El Nombre de Jesus, we don't have to fire a bullet. We have the same culture. We put a bounty on Maduro's head of $50 million. His three generals another $50 million, $100 million, because we want to destabilize and have one of the citizens of Venezuela take him out for us so that we can put a star and establish trade with Venezuela in the United States of America. Now, that's my thought process. That's what I think's going on. But don't hold me to it, because look at how we've treated Iraq, Afghanistan, and other countries. So if we can recognize our faith first, and through Christ, maybe through that rock we can do something and give them the food they need. We can take the oil that we need, give them the money they require, build up their infrastructure like ours. Don't just blow it up and leave it alone like we do. And if we do these things, I think we can have a bright future together. But as far as us threatening Russia, I don't think this is the time to threaten Russia. I think the Kremlin's got a lot of new toys, Oreshnik 9 missiles that go Mach 10. And they want us to know that if they are hit with the Tomahawk, either through Zelensky or through Japan and Taiwan, that there will be a unified response from China and Russia and an alliance with Iran. And this is something that would kick off World War III immediately. And so, in my opinion, that is what we are doing by giving Zelensky Tomahawk missiles. So it's just a matter of time to watch him use them. And it's just a matter of time then to sit back and watch the response. And that's pretty sad news. So let's concentrate on other things. Good day. Look at this jackwagon right here. Can you believe that we're giving this guy anything? Seriously? It's a shame that Zelensky and Netanyahu own us. It's a shame, and it's obvious. This is a violation of the Constitution, Article 2, Section 4, bribery, and there is no difference between bribery and lobbying. We must end lobbying now for the safety and the future of the United States of America. Amen.